Michael Allegretti, come on down. And everybody, take a break for a second. Stand up, move your feet around, come on. And sitting there listening to speeches, take a second, take 30 seconds. And stretch, move the arms. If you go to the bar, be quiet, I'll join you, just get me an extra one. All right, you can sit down now. I said a minute, I lied. Michael's running for District 13's seat, currently held by Michael McMahon. I'm guessing he's not going to get a lot of applause in this room. Am I right? Okay, you answered it. Your silence was definite. You know, a lot of times when I do these things, it's easy to stand up here and read the biographies. That's the easy way in. The fact is, you're not here to hear me give you his resume. You can go to his website and read that. You can pick up material at his table. One thing that Lorraine and Frank have mentioned in coming in here is that you should speak to the candidates. It's not about me, it's actually about you, but it's not about you. It's about you talking with them. So rather than going to a rather interesting biography and a good one, well written, it took up a page and a quarter, I'm just going to give you 10 minutes. And in those 10 minutes, watch my clock watcher back there, do your thing. All right.
How's everybody doing tonight? Are we going to take back Congress in November? Are we going to strip that gavel out of Nancy Pelosi's hand? Are we going to show the people of this country that New York can lead? We are, we can, we will. And it's men and women like each of us in this room who are going to make it happen. I first want to thank the Tea Party. I want to thank you, Frank, Lorraine. I want to thank each of you in this room. You know, not just for organizing tonight's event, but for being the voice of common sense, the voice of reason, the voice of us against them in Washington. We are going to change this country, ladies and gentlemen. We can do it one district at a time. Why not District 13, right? Absolutely. I was so proud to stand with you in Foley Square. I was proud to be with you on 8th Avenue, and I'm very proud to be before you tonight. My name is Michael Allegretti. I'm running to be our congressman here on Staten Island and also in Brooklyn. Like you, I believe that we need to do a few things differently. We need to stop the government takeover of our lives, whether it's in business, whether it's our personal life, whether it's our health care. We've got to stop it now. We have to beat back what I call the suffocating debt and the government spending that is crippling everything that is American about America. And most of all, we got to adhere to a document that I know everyone in this room reads, and that's called the United States Constitution. Lest we forget for a moment from where this country came, as we chart a future which will always be better. The Constitution has been our guide, it must remain our guide, and I will fight tirelessly to ensure that it is always foremost in my thinking. You deserve that as the people who vote to elect me. I've been a lifelong resident of this district. This is my home. This is my community. As he was saying a moment ago, you don't need me to go off on my bio. You can read that on my website. You can pick up my literature. But we need people right now, ladies and gentlemen. We need people in government who understand business, who understand what it means to make a dollar, but also to contribute to one's community at the same time. My family business, of which I'm a part owner, Bayside Fuel, it has been in this community for 75 years, nearly 75 years. We're at 73 right now. Thousands of jobs, millions of dollars of economic activity here on Staten Island, in Brooklyn, and across this city. The song goes, you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. We're selling heating oils, ladies and gentlemen. It's not ice cream. If we can do that here, we can run a business. But you got to look beyond your own motives, your own profit. What else do you do? How else do you give back to the community? My family and I have done it through organizations like the Kiwanis, the American Legion. My mother, who's back there somewhere, Mom, stand up. Thank you for all your work you do with our parks across Brooklyn. Very much appreciated. I started my career on Wall Street. I learned the power of something that I know we all hold very dear. It's called capitalism. It's called the free market. I will not for a second tear down our country's economic growth. Those who committed crimes on Wall Street should go to jail or be prosecuted for whatever the law says. Simple. We rely on Wall Street. I won't demonize it for my own election. Worked in the Partnership for New York City, New York's leading business coalition, working with businesses together to figure out how the private sector leads on some of the public policy problems that this city faces. We have to think for ourselves again. We got to help ourselves again. It is not about government saying, here I come, I'm going to take care of it for you. And today, in some ways, I work against my own economic self-interest and that of my family. I'm trying to figure out what we do when the oil runs out. It will run out one day. In the meantime, let's keep drilling for it. Let's build nuclear plants. Let's go into the future. We also got to know what comes next. I won't wait till it's too late to figure it out. Constitution, Article 1, Section 8. It's the job description for what I want to do and what you hopefully will elect me to do. Our Congress has neglected it. They've overreached in some instances, and they've completely abdicated their responsibility in others. So here's what I stand for. Simply put, the Constitution is my political Bible. It is what will guide me in my service to this country and to this district. And Article 1, Section 8 of it articulates pretty clearly what it is I can and can't do, and what the 535 other members who have a vote can and cannot do. It's funny, it's this short document, right? It's a wonderful document. And it's not a poll. It doesn't change that often, right? We've amended it a few times, some good amendments. But it's a document that lives until today. Why are we tearing it down? Why do we continue to tear it down? Secondly, I'm a fierce defender of the capitalist system. I said this to you already. And what I call our free market capitalist system. Simply put, there is no government program, in my opinion, that will ever create as many lasting, good jobs as the private sector will. It's very simple. Every dollar they grab in our taxes is a dollar that does not go into private investment. I believe we must stop bailing out companies now. This person I was speaking with before about Fannie. We're talking about $8.4 billion. That's apparently the consolation prize after your first bailout. You get $8.4 billion more. No one's talking about that. You notice how it's kind of gone quiet in the face of the recent terrorist incidents. Let's not kid ourselves, folks. $8.4 billion more of our dollars for a government-sponsored enterprise. It is wrong. I believe every dollar we cut in taxes must always be cut in at least $1 in spending. If I do not cut at least the same amount in taxes and in spending, what is it all for? We're moving along on a straight line. I'm just playing politics with our wallets. It's a farce, really. You know, the very things that make this country great, that make Americans great, the things for which patriots spill their blood here in this country and abroad, yesterday and today, are